Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Miss Parker, Miss Parker. I hope everybody had a blessed weekend. Man, I relaxed. I cleaned the house yesterday. Got all my laundry done. Super cleaned the house. I did everything but my closet. It's gotta wait. It's just gotta wait. But everything else is done. Got up early, got my dinner together. It's done. Got my dinner together. I'm super over it. So I get to relax after this live for the rest of the night. Um, I've really been stressed out after the doctor's appointment. Even though I said I wasn't. I had a good time with you guys Friday night. I had a good time, you know what I'm saying, on that Christmas live, turned up. And y'all know my ass was hung over on Saturday, honey. I was hung over. But I was super stressed out. I've been super stressed. But then I said, I'm going to turn that negative into a positive. And I'm actually going to take you guys on my journey, on my breast cancer journey with me. And stuff for educational purposes for y'all, for myself, and other things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I want to do that with you guys. So when I start going to the doctors, you guys will be there with me. So yeah. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, common news reporting, scholarship, research, and educational purposes. Thank you, Goddess. Hey, Time Warp. Hey, TT. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, Bless Holly Favor. What's going on, girl? Slim MCL, welcome. She said, I'm glad you're covering this. I knew the Sav Nunu who did the BS. Slim, can you come up on the panel? Hey, Lady Mysterious. Hey, Barbie. I went into a deep prayer for you on Friday. Thank you, baby. Latasha, what's going on? Chick Simple Lady. Hey, girl. Hey. What up, pretty trucker Bookie? Good live over there. I'm about to send you something. Okay. Um, Good live over there, pretty trucker. You know what I'm saying? With the talking about the trucking and stuff like that, the ins and outs, the stuff like that. Shank Rock actually did a live about did a quick video about a sundown town. A black guy got killed in the sundown town, and you was just talking about that the other day. So prayers to that young man and his family and stuff like that. So I hope you bring more educational stuff about the sundown towns and stuff like that while trucking, pretty trucker or whatever. So yeah. Hey Tanisha, happy Monday. Hey girl, hey Antonio, what's going on? Again, I hope y'all had a blessed weekend. I relaxed. I'm super good. I'm all right. Um, Man, y'all know I'm in North Carolina. Frezja Baker lived here in North Carolina. What really happened to this young lady? I'm gonna try to get up there to the church and get a little bit more coverage and stuff. It's super cold today, I know, and I've been sick, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Birthday is next week. I'll be 48 years of life, so I'm trying to, stay good for that. Anyway. But what happened to Frezja Baker? And what's crazy is that he had so many convictions, y'all. This young man had so many convictions that it's crazy that he was even able to be out of jail. And it's almost like that's what it is. It takes for somebody to lose their life with these convicts, like the young lady, Irina on the rail train. He had so many convictions. And I mean harsh convictions. But he was able to get out until he took her life. And now we want to talk about his convictions. Not only is Frezja Baker's death horrific, she left behind a 2-year old son. And we have people here in North Carolina saying the most, taking up for this man that was last seen with her. Taking up, defending the fact that, I guess what, he's a good tattoo artist. What, he had money? What, he dressed well? You know? It's, I guess, until death knocks on your door and somebody takes your loved one, would you want the same responses? Oh no, there's no possible way. Oh, he would never, she would never, they would never. What about her son? What about the allegations that these women are about to say about him? Hold on, Slim. Let me drop my email in here for you. Y'all great see a lot of stuff. This is Shanitra Speaks. I want to just kind of touch on it. She did a great live yesterday about it. Shout out to you, Shanitra, always and forever. If y'all can drop Shanitra's link, please, and get over there on that Twitch account, okay? Make sure y'all support that good Twitch. She said too many people. I seen this when it was reported she was missing, but once they said it wasn't like her, especially leaving her son behind, I knew it wasn't good. Yeah, definitely. We know our loved ones. I know Niche with her kids, my daughters with their kids. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Where the phone calls come in so much, I'm like, come get them. Either let me be, but that's just the natural thing of a mother. You know what I'm saying? TT, I wanted to send it to the Capricorn. Right here, send it to this one, cause at least she'll get it if it goes to the riders, and I might not never get that message for days. Okay, so let's get into what Shanitra Speaks had to say. Prayers to Frezja's family and stuff, and I wish we just take the time to start being more considerate of the loss of not just Frezja but all people who's lost a loved one, and stop being so defensive and stuff, because we always think we know somebody, and I always kind of got to take us back to hell. Lacey married Scott Peterson. Right? She was so happy with Scott. She didn't know Scott was cheating. Lacey finally gets pregnant. Did she know that Scott was going to take her and her baby's life? No. Did anybody think that Casey Anthony would unalive her child? No. So a lot of times we overlook red flags, certain things with people. A lot of times just because we get a tattoo or we just been around a person doesn't mean we know that person fully, just because, you know what I'm saying, he or she never showed those signs. So we got to stop acting like we know everything and being so defensive at times like this instead of gathering all the facts. But let's get into it. Hey, Leisure, happy Monday. I miss you guys.
Too many guns, too many bullets to might fly.
You gonna pay for this? Yeah, I swear to God, you gonna pay for this. I know y'all did wrong for keep defending that nigga. Y'all know y'all did wrong. Y'all know y'all.
And even heard a man who sounded angry near the car. You got to be real heartless. You got to be a heartless individual to do something like that.
On December the 2nd, 2025, 31-year-old Lorenza Inman Jr. uploaded a video to his social media account. In the video, he appeared dressed in designer from head to toe, and the caption read, "TV cast calling me." From that post, it appeared that his life was moving in a positive direction. But in a matter of days, that perception would change. Just 2 days later, on December the 4th, 2025, his girlfriend, 31-year-old Frezja Baker, vanished. Before disappearing, she dropped her son off at his grandparents' house and called her brother to let him know she was about an hour away, but she never arrived.
Frezja's brother, Fred Baker, told us after a dentist appointment on Thursday, she dropped her son off at her grandparents'. It wasn't until around 10:30 she called to let her brother know she was an hour away, but she never showed up.
My sister never came home. She always come home to check on her kids. She always called. If she don't come home, she will call to check on her kid.
Since Friday, her phone has gone straight to voicemail, and they're worried someone she was with may know where she is. Fred says they've filed a missing persons report, and the family won't stop searching until his sister is found.
Anyone that's seen her, I just say, just bring my sister home.
In the days that followed, people started to focus back on Lorenza after it was revealed.
And this says, I've known whatever for a long time. So no, he lived with me at one point. I never once seen an evil side of him. That was my nephew and I was his auntie. But I don't condone this. It hurt me to thank the young man that played video games in my living room and made sure he cleaned up his part of the house was involved in such a senseless act. My condolences to her family and my heart aches for him. I can't imagine his mental at this moment. Praying for everyone involved. Um, this is coming from his auntie. And he left and went to Max and to his mom's. And this is his auntie that said he lived with her. She never seen an evil side to him. But remember, my kids ain't show me an evil side. Not to that extent. Now, can they be mean as fuck? Yes. They get it honest. But can I possibly say that my kids won't unalive or do a senseless act? I cannot speak and say that. I cannot. Even though they was raised as good kids, I cannot say what my children are capable of doing.
That he was one of the last people known to be with her. From December the 4th, when she vanished, until December the 11th, emotions were high, and much of that tension played out publicly online. While some question if he truly had anything to do
This one says, hold on, y'all.
with this, others rushed to defend him.
Let me take it back.
While some question
This one says, if you really know me, bruh, then you know my sister had to unalive a dude over domestic violence. I would never take up for unaliving her. I literally said, stay away from him if you see him trying to protect females making threats. If you really know me, brother, you know my sister had to unalive a dude over domestic violence. I would never take up for killing her. I literally said, stay away from him if you see him trying to protect females making threats. Because they said he was very, very abusive, guys.
Truly had anything to do with this, others rushed to defend him.
They said, I wish y'all quit tagging that boy like y'all know he did something to that girl. Let the police do their job. Y'all done made y'all own story and running with it. I hope I ain't the last person seen with nobody, because, woo, y'all Facebook police worse than the real police. I can agree and attest to sometimes we do make situations worse. It's too much going on in the city. My sister-in-law was, what'd you say, Slim? I couldn't get that last word. Hey, Evelyn. Hey, Miss Gemini. I can say sometimes how we push a story, even as a content creator, that it can make a situation worse. So that's what I'm going to work on in 2026, how I present a story, making sure I got all the facts before I just put anything out there or go judging people or just saying the most and overdoing it. You know what I'm saying? And letting the police do what they have to do. Hey, Candy Crush, what's going on, Bookie? So that's what she's absolutely correct. And it's not just Facebook, it's all social media.
Despite his complicated past, including an attempted murder case stemming from a 2017 incident that resulted in him being convicted in...
I gotta read this. Inman Jr.'s criminal record, criminal history dates back nearly 2 decades. Jail records show a jury convicted him in 2000. Now listen to this. A jury convicted him in 2019 for attempted murder after he followed a man to a Charlotte shopping center, shot him in the chest, then fired several more times while standing over the victim. The district's attorney's office said in the February. How you escape that? Thank you, Cookie Monster, for being a member for 8 months. And I didn't set up a goal, but y'all feel free to purchase a super sticker, super chat, or grab a membership, okay? It's cold out there. Get your green jackets, okay? It's too much going on in the city. My sister-in-law was unalived by her baby father, and then he unalived himself in July. It's a cloud over the city. Yeah, it's definitely dangerous here, you guys. It's definitely, that's why I don't go nowhere. I'm strictly in the house, Slim. I'm cool. Hey, Shank, baby, love you. He intimidated a witness and they retracted it and he got off. So he got off of this. Wow. And he had a pretty extensive record.
2019 and prison time, many believed he had been trying to move forward from his past. He had become a popular tattoo artist, and people close to him described the situation as out of character. Now, during this time, one of his customers took to social media. He did my first and a few of my tattoos, from the shop on the boulevard to the house on the ford with the chickens in the
Yeah,
yard.
goddess.
Talented and gifted. I pray this is all just a big misunderstanding. That post reflected what some people close to him was hoping for, that this was all.
So she said, she hopes this is all a big misunderstanding, baby. I don't think that's a misunderstanding. I don't think when somebody loses their life, it's a misunderstanding. I think he only did 3 to 5. That's crazy. How you come back from almost unaliving somebody on purpose. Exactly. It is Cookie Monster. It's just the world we live in. Shank said he did 2 years. Slim. Shank said he did 2 years. Shank's been really talking about this story, y'all. He's just had so many other cases. He's working with John that was on his panel the other night, and they got so many cases down here. Don't forget baby Ariana, who went to a sleepover, and they said she drowned, but when the autopsy came back, nothing about drowning was even apparent. It was actually assault. The baby had been assaulted and stuff. So who are they covering that up for? The 4-year-old who was unalive with gun violence down here. So Shank's been really covering a lot of different stories. Shout out to you, Shank. Continue the great work. But he was talking about this, so that's how I got a hold of the story, because he's got so much going on. But hey, Stephanie, she said anybody who really knew knows he was crazy as fuck. She said he always calls the one he beats his wife, just like he called my best friend his damn wife, but was beating the shit out of her. You could hear her screaming from the top of the apartments, Rumpel Road, when they stayed in the freaking back. I always hated that man behind her. Now look. And this ain't the first time that I've heard that he was abusive to women. You know what I'm saying? So this be my thing when we come into people's defense. I can come on here and be anybody I want to be in front of y'all. But does that mean that's who I am when these cameras are off? How do y'all not know I'm abusive? Yeah, it is Cookie Monster. It's a very scary word I heard. How do y'all know I'm abusive? How do y'all know if I'm even being abused? Because a lot of times we're not going to share that unless we almost lost our life or something happened. People get out a little bit too late, or they make it out with a horrific story behind it. Thank you, Leisure. Thank you, Sissy. So to hear this come from women speaking up, and it's crazy how a lot of these people, and shout out to Shanitra again for doing her research, going to get all the posts and stuff, because these are posts that you have to go on Facebook, TikTok, wherever, and get these to see where people start speaking out after something horrific happens. So for her to say, she said you could hear her friends screaming from the top of the apartments on Rumpel Road, getting beat by this man. Prayers to her. And I'm glad that your friend got to escape the hands of this man. Because a lot of times it ends like this when you're trying to walk away from somebody that's abusive. It normally now ends up in death from what we're seeing. Take you back to Shamarcus and Zaria. Take you back to the couple down in Arlington, Texas. So it's a lot going on. If the ninja abuse you, leave. We have to save our own life. They do not change or get better. And we got to stop doing that too, thinking that we can change them with words, being nice, being kind, and it doesn't change them. They have to change themselves. They have to get the help and change for themselves. But once an abuser, always an
A
abuser.
misunderstanding. But her friends and family made it clear they were not concerned about his tattoos at all. One person responded, "Where is my friend? Forget his tattoos. If y'all knew what I knew, we sick, we hurting. Where is our friend? God, please." As the days passed with no answers, her family received the news they have been.
It's another person. She said, he did. He almost did the same thing to my best friend. Thank God she got away some years ago. That man had beat every woman he's dated, every baby mama he's dated. Prayers to her family and her son. So we have another person speaking out. And ladies, it's okay to educate about being in an abusive relationship. I know we get away from it and we walk away and we're like, life is so much better for us now, and I got me a good man, and we tend to let that part of our life go. But I think educating and making women aware. So the next one, she might look at it and see that post like, oh, that's him. And be able to get away versus us walking into situations blindsided, because abuse doesn't have a face. A murderer doesn't have a face. Neither does a predator. You get what I'm saying? I wish it was stamped on their ass somewhere, but it's not. And it's crazy that Frezja had to lose her life by the hands of this convicted convict and this serial beater, this serial woman beater. Because there's no, and one thing about it is, when people tell their stories, like I said, sometimes people just move on with their life. They want to forget what they went through. They just happy they got out of that situation and it's over. And we just live our life like certain things never happened, certain things never existed. She said you must be a solid plan, have a solid plan and move in silence. Yeah, shit's crazy as fuck. Yes, it is. I have 2 grown daughters and a son. I tell them every time, if your girlfriend or boyfriend hits you or is abusive, I tell them to leave ASAP. Don't try to fix. Yes. And it's always gonna be the same thing. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. I'm so sorry. It'll be cries and everything. Ladies, run. Run and run in silence. Like she said, come up with a plan, an exit plan. And we have to stop moving so fast to introduce him to our families and our kids. Because now we're seeing that where the kids are being unalived and stuff along with the violence. I just seen a story like that. I just had a story like that it's down in Texas. The little girl's boyfriend's 15. Took the life of the mother and her 2 siblings. I don't know if y'all seen that, but took the life of the girl's mother and her 2 siblings. 15. Ain't it crazy how the murderers and the pedophiles are getting younger? Is anybody paying attention to that? That these kids are now the predators and the monsters and the unalivers. And I'm scratching my head like, what the fuck? So we ain't even just got to worry about the adults anymore. We got to worry about these kids that we are allowing to come in our home because we want to be a little lenient. We don't want to put them through what our parents put us through. We want to let them bring company to the house and stuff like that so they won't sneak off and run off versus the standard morals and values. Yep, he wanted to hurt that girl and took everybody away from her. Yeah, he did.
Andretti. On December the 11th, her car was found behind a vacant church.
Officers found Baker's body inside a vehicle in a church parking lot out on Sanders Avenue, just over a mile away from where she'd just been last seen. Today, officers designated the case as a homicide.
When I came home from the grocery store, the car was back there. Jaquilla Funderburg lives behind the church on Sanders Avenue, where 31-year-old Frezja Baker's body and car were found by police early Thursday morning. Family members say she disappeared a week ago. She was last spotted on surveillance video driving her 2004 Honda Accord away from her house, visiting a cookout on Sugar Creek Road, and later at a quick and easy food mart on LaSalle Street. Family members say she was supposed to meet up with them later that night, but never did. Friday,
Slim said he told people what he did and where she was. I mean, this the tattoo guy that did some of the best work. He wouldn't do that. No. He got rings and necklaces and he makes money. He wouldn't do that. Yeah, we have to come out of that mentality. You can see this gentleman standing in front of me with a dark aura around him. And we have to, we have to start deciphering conversations. We do. Hey Rose, how you doing? Happy Monday. You know, when a conversation just come off kind of fast for me at this age, And she's young, so I get it. But these are the kind of conversations when we have daughters, we have to talk about. We have to talk about those quick, easy conversations, going off of looks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And doing real homework on these men before y'all bring them into y'all lives. Hey, Rishi, happy Monday, sis. We do. We have to start being, because this could have been far more, as bad as it is. What if she had her child? Why did he do this to Frezja? What did he do to Frezja? What really happened? And why was this man set free in our community with all those convictions of almost? So y'all can take a life, shoot a man in the chest, and then go and pow pow him some more, walk up on him and stand over him and pow pow him, and he can get out. Are y'all cool? Plus other convictions. Not petty convictions, but big convictions. You get what I'm saying, Valor? Like I said, poor Irina, and he had what, over 40 convictions? Because we still have to think about our communities. And he had stabbed somebody before. That was another one of his convictions. But see, this is what they really want. This is what they really want. Just look at Keon up there with Kata Scott. Kidnapping and all that other stuff. And then when Kata's life is taken so horrifically, now they want to talk about what he did at the beginning. Why was he let loose? And y'all, a Commonwealth state, why didn't state pick that up? It is, Rose. It's very crazy.
Charlotte Mecklenburg police identified the body found in the car as Baker's.
I can't believe it. It's really heartbreaking. I'm still in disbelief about it.
Friday, one neighbor told me they spotted the car in the back of the church Tuesday, and another said they saw it Sunday in that same place and even heard a man who sounded angry near the car.
You got to be real heartless. You got to be a heartless individual to do something like that.
As police investigate, neighbors say they're reaching out to the family with support.
We love you. We want to be there for you. And you got people that's caring and they want to show
say the CMPD's violent criminal apprehension team, they arrested their suspect in the case, 38-year-old Lorenzo Inman Jr. of Mac.
This one says, all the people accusing Nuna, are you going to apologize if he didn't do nothing to her? And this is a woman. This is a woman. I don't understand, as Black women and Black men, we are our own worst kind. Remember that, okay? He looks like a demon. Yes, Rose. It's very dark all around here. Hey, Jill. Y'all drop Jill Comfort Zone link, please. You know what I'm saying? Happy Monday, Jill. When they close, all asylums folks are roaming the streets. Yes, they are, Cookie Monster. We got to remember from today on, we are our own worst kind. So even though I wouldn't expect this from the North Carolina community, but I'm not shocked. He does, Leisure. Instead of reaching out to the family or putting a kind word, are y'all gonna apologize when you find out? So what are you gonna do, ma'am? What are you gonna do? Because Slim came in and said he's actually saying what he did to her. Cause see, those apologies, I can't even accept them. Because she left behind a 2-year-old child. Hey, Big Stacks. Y'all drop Big Stacks link too. Thank you, Big Stacks, for coming through. Happy Monday. She must have been the side chick, because ain't no way. Or simply trying to break it off. Because he looks like he could be aggressive. From the abusive stories that's being put out on this Shanitra's video. Yeah, I see it. No excuse, Slim. None at all. Thank you, Big Stacks. Appreciate you always. Black people are self-inflicted, is sad. Yes, James. Very self-inflicted, James. Very. No, she was not a side piece. Man. But even if she was a side piece, do that mean take her life? Do that mean take her life? Just like the guy that threw the girl out the window. He just threw her out a 5-story window because his girlfriend came home and was going to catch him doing inappropriate things in her apartment with him. This just happened. Ain't that crazy? Very demonic. He looks dark, Rishi. He does. I said that. Like he got trauma behind his dark eyes. It's some darkness back there. So we can't no longer look as if because we're a side piece. Hell, she don't know. A lot of times people live double lives. I said that, about a couple months ago, we was talking about relationships. A man to go over there and be with her during the day and play his part. Be a narcissist like a mug. You hear me? Will sit in your house and do I go out at night? I come straight home. I go to work. You don't know. That motherfucker ain't showed you nothing to show you that he's been at work or nothing. You just listening. Why he over here playing house? I'm actually triggered with this happening all the time in our community. Yes, Slim. It's all but happening too much. It is, goddess. Very something wrong. These men are unhinged. They let entities control them because they want money, power, fame, or feminine energy. Yes, Rose. Hey, Drea. Hey, Alma. What's going on, sisters? Hey, my mother's keeper, sis. Listening to work is bananas. Okay. Hey, Tammy C. Happy Monday. Yeah, this is crazy. Are y'all gonna apologize when he's found innocent? No, ma'am. It's a 2-year-old. Go apologize to her son for him taking her life.
In Maxton, that's about 100 miles southeast of Charlotte on the Robinson Scott. And Ben has a long criminal history. He received a suspended sentence and probation earlier this year in a 2021 case of assault and witness intimidation. In 2023, Edmund was charged with assault on a woman and resisting.
She said, so sad. I know someone else that knew him, and she basically said if he had anything to do with it, they weren't going to find her alive. See, story's been rumbling. But see, a lot of women like her will end up like this. You know why? She's the type to overlook red flags and wanna, you know what I'm saying? Right, the drugs and alcohol controlling their actions. Yeah. The woman said right here, it's so sad. I know someone else that knew him, and they said basically if he had anything to do with this, they wasn't gonna find that girl alive. So has he done this before? We know he probably could have. I'm gonna tell you why. If you can walk in the broad daylight and pow somebody in the chest and then stand over them, absolutely, and keep repeatedly powing them, I ain't putting nothing past it. I'm not putting nothing past that. It's probably a couple of lives under his belt that's been taken. He's probably responsible for a few deaths. Disgrace of a woman for making excuses or defending someone like this. Rose, I tell you, it's our own kind.
Arrest. Records also show past charges of carrying a concealed weapon and a conviction for attempted murder. He's being held right now without bond.
They found her car in the back of the church.
Hold on, y'all. We got to look at them charges again.
In the back.
Edmund was charged with a
2001 assault and witness intimidation. 2023 assault and resisting arrest. 2017 attempted murder. How? Thank you, Valerie. And then intimidate them to take back what was said. Yeah. That's why I say, ladies, we have to do background checks. And I know everybody don't got a background. Thank you so much, Valerie. I know everybody don't got a background check. I know this. But still, it's always worth it when it comes to your life. Frezja, baby. Attempted murder. Only for him in 2021, 3 years later, y'all, man. 4 years later, assault and witness intimidation. It's down here in North Carolina, Cookie Monster, down here in Charlotte, where I'm at. 2 years later, assault and resisting arrest. How? Like, what? But again, if y'all go to Irina on the train, go look at his convictions. They're just as worse. They're just as worse. You gotta, man, to know that these kind of people are walking in y'all communities, walking up and down our sidewalk, we don't know they're unalivers. And then when they take a life, you go back and look at their record like, how is this possible? So he have all these assaults, attempted murder, and now he's committed another murder. Yes, I've been single for a while now because I'm not about to put myself in a position to have my life taken. It's scary out here these days. His eyes are soulless. Yes, they are, Dre. That's what I'm saying. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. This is how you know they don't give a damn about our communities. They want this. It's one less African American for them to worry about. Just put him in the streets. Let him go. He'll kill again. He'll end up back in here. That's what they always say. You'll be back. Versus keep him in there. A menace to society at its best.
Assault on a woman and resisting arrest. Records also show past charges for carrying a concealed weapon, conviction for attempted murder. He's being held right now without bond.
They found her car in the back of the church. She was in the truck.
This one said, thinking of the situation with Nuna and this young lady, I don't know. Got me almost in tears. No, I don't know the young lady. And yes, I definitely know Nuna for sure. But something off in my spirit and I don't like it. It makes me think of my little cousin when we was looking for her in April of 2018. 6 days went by and we got that call that my cousin was dead. Left in the woods for dead by her damn self. This shit ain't right at all. And the only time will tell, man, damn.
She gone.
Yeah.
I tell you all, I hate this fucking world. And I know I'm pushing positivity all the time, but I really can't lie today. I really hate this fucking place. I hate this world. I hate that people have their life taken from them.
I agree 100% with her. I love my kids so much, but sometimes when I'm not online and I be thinking, I hate that I brought kids into this world. I hate that my kids brought kids into this world because I hate it. Because I don't ever want that phone call. I don't ever want, hey, Ebony, happy Monday, boo. I don't want that phone call. I don't want that knock on my door. I don't. For my grandkids' sake, this breaking my heart. I had a few female family members this happened to. I feel her pain. Right, my sister-in-law had 6 kids. She left behind over a man who couldn't control himself. Praying for y'all, Slim and Rose. Praying for y'all. Anybody that lost a loved one over something domestic and so vile and cruel, or just anybody that lost a loved one for somebody being just a cruel individual. And the baby's first Christmas without their mom. Mm. But I do hate this world that we live in. I do. For everybody, all of us, our senior citizens that just don't know it's danger lurking in a Walmart parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Um, just with us living in our communities and living amongst pedophiles, you know what I'm saying, that keep being let free around children with no conviction. Them locking up drug dealers for 10 and 15 years. You get more with a gun than you do being a pedophile. You get more with drugs than you do attempted murders, right? I can have a gun and get more years than the attempted murderer. The ones that don't belong on or in this world absolutely hate it. We are supposed to be here to carry our duties, but we don't belong here. This is hell. Yeah, Alita Watts, that was crazy. I'm gonna have to look that up. Let me write that down real quick, James. And I guess we don't take it serious until it's one of ours. A lot of people won't take it serious, until, like I said, it's one of ours.
Nobody has the authority to take nobody else's fucking life. They just be taking people's lives like you can get another one. And she got a baby.
Yeah, bro.
I just can't. It would never register in my head as to why people do what they do. I just don't understand. I can't make sense of it. It's just like, God. I just pray to God that she transitioned peacefully, and I'm gonna go to her funeral or whatever. I'm not even thinking about that, but I just want to honor her in her memory because she was a sweet person.
Now, once news broke that her body had been discovered, her family and friends did take to social media, and what they
She said, this one says, I wasn't even going to speak on this at all until I watched and had correct details. Instead of just talking out of turn or just to have something to say, because I have my own shit going on and I stay out of drama and mess. But a mother, Frezja Baker, has been taken away from her child forever. And right before Christmas at that. This and many other cases like this touch my heart anytime I see it, which is entirely way too often. I just want to know, for all the people that were defending the suspect, Lorenza Inman Jr., aka Nuna, especially the mass majority of black women that were defending him as well as black men. It's always, boy, thank you. She said it always be our own people. She said, what now? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. And yes, I know just because he's charged and was picked up and arrested doesn't necessarily mean he will be convicted. But the evidence won't lie. Even down to him being the last person Frezja was ever seen with when she was alive. I'm deeply praying for her family and hope she gets the justice she deserves. Man, well said, ma'am. Whoever you are, well said. Nowadays we know you do have to stay to yourself in these kind of situations, but she said it'd be our own people. And she said that so right. She said we struggle with depression, try not to unalive ourselves. This place is the worst and we know it. And we just want to go back home. I know he did something bad to her, but I was praying that he didn't do the unthinkable. Drea, plead the blood of Yahshua and Jesus over your life. And yes, praying for you, Drea. You know what I'm saying? You guys always remember that mental health is real. And stuff like that. And I kind of came past the TikTok earlier, and it was interesting because they was talking about mental health in the black community. It was actually Miss Adventurous is live on TikTok. Shout out to her for throwing that kind of live, and I love that those sisters was over there putting that out there about the struggle of mental illness. And one of the sisters said, I hate how when people say you're so strong. And she said, but we're not all the time. I just want to be a woman, and I just want to be soft, and I want to be heard. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, I want people to see that I'm suffering. And she was so right with that delivery and that message, and stuff. And I just want y'all to know mental illness is real, and we have to start reaching out as Black people instead of overlooking what Dre is saying and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? A little upliftment and understanding and a listening ear versus talking to them. Let them talk to us. Tammy said, I'm from Charlotte and don't live that far from the area. I went to the church for years before the church changed locations. And praying for the city of Charlotte, praying for North Carolina altogether. The crime here is horrible and it's getting worse. Like I said, the 4-year-old baby that lost his life this year, Ariana, so many other lives have been taken so violently and horrifically. It's crazy, and that's not what I want to hear. Hey, Shacey, happy Monday, love. It's very sad. It is. Hey, Miriam, his baby mother made a clown of herself. She said he didn't do it. He wasn't the last person with her. She has erased the post once they caught him. The people were attacking his daughter on Facebook, and that's when whether you feel like he done it or not, you're putting yourself in a position. Now you're putting your child in a position. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I said we don't think in our communities. We just start talking. When sometimes it's best for us to shut up. And she said, until I gathered all the correct details. That's why I like this post. She said, I wasn't going to speak on it until I watched and had correct details. I'm guilty of just going off where I had to come and apologize, like not having every detail of a story and just running off at my mouth. But it puts us in worse positions than it does helping. And when you got kids and you know how the city is, she got family. We don't know if somebody's unhinged in her family. You get what I'm saying, Slim? That's crazy. I noticed that people play on mental illness to fit a narrative when people know how they feeling and what they going through. Yeah, a lot of that too, Shacey. A lot of that too. So true. I'm just saying we end up getting on drugs and alcohol to get through this place, and it's sad as fuck. But every day we make it and make a difference. It's one day closer to fulfilling our duties. I'm grateful. Okay, Drea, me too. Because I suffer from mental illness horribly. Suicidal is a part of my mental illness. Very suicidal. And when I say that, it's not just a jumping off the bridge. Sometimes it's with my cancer. You know what I'm saying? Being depressed about that. Oh, I don't want help. I don't want anything. I don't want treatment. That's suicide in a sense. That's me getting depressed over the situation. And some more. So I suffer from it in a major way, y'all. Do I want to come on here every day and woe is me and cry out? Sometimes. But people will use my mental illness against me. Versus ways of trying to help me gain understanding or coping with it. Sometimes we can't talk. We are right about that. And this world will get you together. I know. You hear me, Shacey? I suffer from mental illness as well. I'm praying for you, Tammy. You're not alone. Hey, Short Stack sis. Hey, Miss S. Dot. What's going on, sister? So I just want y'all to know that it is bad in our Black communities. It is overlooked because some of us mask it very well. Some of us do evil things and use it to cover up what we've done. You get what I'm saying? I definitely have bipolar and depression. We have to build a community where we can speak in a safe space because the therapists these days are not ethical. And I agree. And I need to start doing more mental health demonstrations, y'all. I will start doing more mental illness and opening up the platform again. I used to do them all the time, Miss Rose, and stuff like that. And I kind of got away from it, and I need to get back on it because I see it so much and stuff. I always listen to people no matter what they say, even if it doesn't make sense, especially when you're dealing with it yourself. And people say it's because of this and that and keep everything inside. Absolutely, Shacey. James says sometimes living in a negative environment can take a toll on your mental illness. Yes, it can, James. Hey, Wardrick, this is the system fail. Let the dangerous, bad violence being out of jail, that wrong, that hurt people, period. Our community, he should have stayed in jail. Absolutely, Wardrick. And I said the same thing. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And the system is set up for failure at this point, Wardrick, right? I think the systems are set up for failure, period. I don't even think we have to say another failed system. We already know. At this point, with all this bad stuff and all these convicts and stuff getting out, doing the same thing over and over and over until they take a life, the system was set up to fail, especially our communities. Because, see, when Irina got stabbed on that rail train, she got a law passed instantly. Me and Shank went to the balloon release. He covered it. And a couple of days later, she had a law passed. Where's the laws for us? Where is the community outreach for our people and our mental illnesses? I'll wait. Miss S. said, I try to suffer in silence with my mental health. And Miss S. don't try to suffer in silence. Once a week, y'all think I should do a mental illness once a week? Or a couple of times a week? Just so when people like you, Miss S. don't have to suffer in silence. We can come here and talk about it, write it down, write some stuff down that we can help us try to overcome those when we get in those positions, something that we can start doing different to help us. Things can trigger the illness like trauma. Last year, in a total of 80 days, I lost my mom, dad, 2 brothers, and my son from 7/31/24 to 10/19/24. Most days I'm not okay. Man, Tammy. And I can't tell you it's going to be okay, Tammy. Because I know I hate it when people say, you're going to be okay. It sounds so good and easy for them because they not understanding. But I'm praying for you, Tammy, okay? And y'all not alone, Miss S. Y'all not alone. I'm praying for families to get closer, yes. She said, no, Miss S. I think people get scared to seek out when it's right in our face. When you feel led to, yes. Praying for anybody who's going through something, yes, ma'am. How long it took for the Tillman to be passed so many times. Yes, James, straight up. That's why I pray not just for my family and loved ones, but for all mental illness, sickness, illness, trauma, grief, lost souls, homeless, hungry. Thank you, Shacey. Always so super supportive. She said, yes, please, because I try to talk to my twins about it, and they don't want to listen. My twin sons are 24. Yeah, and you know what? You can't blame the kids at that age. Hell, Savion and Miasny, you know what I'm saying? They ass got their own little lives and stuff like that. And I be wanting to talk to my children too, but I know sometimes I don't want to put that pressure of what I'm going through and fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? Have them worried about me. Like, I still haven't talked to the kids about the cancer stuff, y'all. I haven't. I said, it's the holidays. Let me let them. I don't want my kids stressed about me. But at the same time, I got to have that conversation. You get what I'm saying? I'm working on building my church via Zoom right now. I'll send you the info when it's ready. Okay, Rose. And that'll be nice, Rose, especially with you understanding mental illness because you suffer from depression. I suffer from depression, anxiety, all kind of stuff. So just know y'all not alone. And it's nothing for us to be ashamed about. It's not something we asked for. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Miss Rose. I appreciate you. I lost my mom when I was 12 years old, and I can't stop grieving her. Trust me, I know. I know. Miss Parker, he did me and my sister's tattoo 8 to 9 years ago at his house. And it was a little crazy then. What did you deal with, Erica? What are some of the things that you kind of endured while doing his tattoos? You know what I'm saying? What type of person was he? The bad problem today is laws is not doing. Yeah, absolutely, Wardrick. Everything you saying is right on. Prayers for all that have mental illness, families that's lost or dealing with loved ones with mental illness, and the people that hold their mental illness in silence. Thank you, Shacey. Wrapping my arms around everyone in the chat too. So much we deal with on a daily basis. Yeah, so maybe this weekend or next week, just to be fresh for me, y'all. Cause next week's my birthday. So, like I said, I've been in here dealing with stuff myself, Miss Estai. I haven't talked to the girls. I really haven't talked to anybody. I just been to myself and trying to overcome me being overwhelmed. And when I get overwhelmed, the first thing I used to do was run to drugs. I get too overwhelmed, I want some drugs. So my addiction, on top of dealing with suicide and other things, depression. Because once I stay in that room and I don't open them blinds, I'm depressed. I'm in a dark space. I'm in a very dark space. But I'm not there right now. Thank God. By the grace of God. Because this is the worst time, y'all, is in the wintertime. The fall and the wintertime is when mental illness kicks in the most. I think the summertime, because we can be more active, we can get out, be more social and things like that. But in the wintertime, it's too cold to really get out. So we got to start finding productive things to do. And I think I got a way to do that. I think I found the way for us to do that. But y'all gonna have to do y'all part too, whether it's getting some crayons and some paper, some color pencils and color books and stuff like that you can color in and shade real pretty. I want us to do that. First, I thought my sipping paint was going to be a sipping paint to where we come kick it, talk about relationships. But I want to do a sipping paint or a coloring paint with mental illness. And what that picture represents. Putting your emotions into the painting of the picture. Coloring the picture. Putting your emotions into that versus putting it in our household. Doing something bad to ourselves. I love you too, MMK. I'm there now. And I understand, Rishi. Alcohol was my poison. I know how it is. But we're going to put all of that into it, and we're going to start doing different stuff. We're going to get some old shoe boxes. And we're going to start putting those bad things in our box. And we're going to talk about it. If it's a bad day, we're going to put that on a piece of paper. And we're going to put that thought in that box. And we're going to decorate that box real cute. And that's going to be our throwaway box. And sometimes when you want to think about when you go back and look, and we're going to start putting it on paper and poetry and everything. Okay? I was going to buy me get your coloring book, Rishi. Get your coloring book. Do you think mental illness stems from drugs and alcohol abuse, or because the mental illness was already there and we use drugs and alcohol to cope? They was already there, Shacey. Mine was there. I can't blame it on drugs and alcohol or trauma. I write out my feelings and I want someday to turn it into a book. Let's go, Miss M. Dot, and let's help you do that. Rose said, I love this. Alcohol and drug is addicted and powerful. Yes. Hey, Miss Italy, sending love. I was in the shower, but you all have helped me so many nights. And Miss Italy, you're a blessing too. Y'all blessings just being here. Because just with me knowing what I deal with on a daily and being dealing with on a daily, y'all have just helped me to see that I'm not alone again. And there's other people like me. And instead of just being in here depressed, I can talk to people just like me. And we can turn that negative into a positive. doing so many different things. So let's get prepared for that. Get an old shoebox ready, you guys. Get you a sip and paint picture. Man, they got it at the Dollar Tree. Walmart has them. The Dollar Tree has the books down that you can color in, the real pretty pictures that you can color in and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We could start doing our poetry, write our feelings down and do it in poetry. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. And we can leave her embraced, educated, and positive. My understanding is some people don't know why they feel the way they do. Do you think medication helps? I don't. I think it helps to slow you down. But I don't think it's good for us because it's the effects of it, and it changes your whole perception. You can never leave it alone. It'll change your whole mental. It'll knock you off. Slim said, I needed this today. I needed y'all today, Slim. Thank you for coming through. I needed y'all. Medicine can help, but I'm telling you, talking to prayers, praying, and meditation works. Yes, I will be around for sure. Okay, Slim, thank you so much. That's what we do as well. Painting is so calming. Yeah, Jill Comfort Zone definitely does these kind of things on her channel, and so does Blended Healing. If y'all can drop Jill Comfort Zone link and also drop Blended Healing's link for me, you guys. Go over there and check Blended Healing. She comes on every morning at the same time, and it is so for meditation. And we'll play some of her lives on those nights. I want to play some of Jill Comfort Zone's lives and Blended Healing. Those are the lives we'll listen to that night. Nothing more, nothing less. We will not be playing anything that doesn't educate us or doesn't uplift us by the end of the live. So I want to play some of your lives, Jill, react to some of those, and Blended Healing for sure. Goddess, get Blended Healing's link too, please. But I appreciate this message that this lady
said was, so you basically rode around in her car with her body for days. No wonder you swore you were sick about it. You have a daughter too, but you was willing to take someone else's life. Now keep in mind that she disappeared.
They said, so you basically rode around in her car with her body for days. No wonder you swear you was sick about it. You have a daughter too, but you was willing to take a life of someone else's. She said, God on your
appeared on December the 4th, but her car was not found until December the 11th. So the charging documents, which is public information, so I'm not showing anything that
it says sources confirmed on December 11th that 31-year-old Frezja Baker's car was found at the church on the corner of Sanders Avenue and Campus Street, right off of Betty's Ford. The next morning, Charlotte Mecklenburg police said her body was in the car. Baker was reported missing after she was last seen on December 4th. Police shared surveillance pictures of her at the mobile gas station on LaSalle Street, just a mile and a half from where she was later found. And that's crazy that that's just up the road. Tammy C said medications don't work. It makes it worse. You got to do some deep soul searching and releasing the trauma. Blessing Holly Favor said, yes, I've suffered with mental illness all my life, and it led to years of drug abuse, but I'm clean. 5 years now. Let's go. Let's go. God is good. Okay. She said, that's my birthday, po baby. Cooking lima beans and cornbread, but that sounds good. With each light comes together, it becomes a great light. We encourage one another. Okay, Miriam? Absolutely. And don't worry, I might put my beans and cornbread on. I baked some chicken today. I put it in the crock pot yesterday, and then I put it in the oven and put some barbecue sauce on it and stuff. So, yeah, I got my dinner, but I got my beans for this week. Yeah, I'm having some beans and cornbread, too. She said, yes, keep sharing these lives. I'll tell you one thing, word gets around fast. Yeah, you know it does. You know it.
Shouldn't be shown here on YouTube, outlines that although she vanished on December the 4th, her body wasn't found until December the 11th, that they do believe that the murder occurred on or about December the 4th. And this is what the documents state. This is for informational and educational purposes only. So what it states is that the name of the defendant, of course, we know that it's the boyfriend, in this case, the suspect. And it goes on to say that the date of the issuance of the warrant is on December the 11th, which we know that that's the same date that her car was found behind the church and her body was discovered. Now, he does have re
Erica said they've been threatening his daughter. Yeah, Slim told us that they threatened his daughter, but that's why I said just because we baby mothers and something like this happens, we have to think about our children and the effects that it's going to have on our homes. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if the kid is going to get bullied in school or anything. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I said get your facts and even just sit back and be quiet for the sake of your child and see what's going on with your baby father, because now that your child has lost their father forever, the same way the 2-year-old has lost his mother forever. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand anymore. I can't say I get understanding from the world we living in and people and what they say and their actions. I just don't. That used to be me, Miss Parker. Yeah. I don't know what this assault on a female was. Oh, that's a second offense. Is this for her? Yeah, it says 2/11/2025. So they haven't said what he did to her, but they did say on about the date of the offense shown in the name above defendant unlawfully, willfully, and did malice to kill and murder Frezja. I can't make out what they're saying, but that's crazy. I want to leave this video for y'all to go check out Shanitra Speaks and stuff. I don't want to take all her shine for y'all to go find out about Frezja Baker, praying for her child, praying for her family as well. And I'm going to pray for this monster's child as well, because that child didn't ask to be put in a position of where they're threatening his daughter. And if it's his daughter defending her father, we have to understand that's her daddy. You know what I'm saying? I could see my daughter doing it for her daddy, not knowing the situation and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Their emotions are in the way of what's really happening and the effects that it's taking on other people's lives right now. So I'm gonna pray for his child too. You know what I'm saying? Let's be mindful that she's still a child. Him or her is still a child. Look at the document I sent. It's the full one. Okay. I don't want no more harm to be brought up on these kids. We already dealing with enough in our communities to keep bringing, doing stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? People are grieving and I don't know, y'all. So it's almost like I'm talking on deaf's ear because ain't nobody gonna, you know what I'm saying? Slim, which email did you send it to, love? Let me know which email. Rose said I agree. So y'all go check out Shanitra Speaks. They dropped her link in the chat. If y'all can drop it one more time, y'all, we will get a mental health maybe Thursday, because I do want to do my history. I'm gonna start that back up. I'm doing down in the Hurricane Katrina and stuff. I want to let y'all know about race, how racism still exists. I want to go back down through history and bring us back to upcoming events of racism in our communities, how during the Hurricane Katrina the racism affected so many lives, so many children, so many people's lives was taken due to negligence of our communities. Okay, Slim. Okay, got you. So I want to do that too. And also I'm going to be doing some cold case files, you guys. People's stories, kids' stories that didn't get to make the headlines and things like that. I want to be their voice and reopen them back up so we can gain understanding of how long things have been swept under the rug. People using the system to corrupt it and cover up things and stuff like that, like baby Ariana's story. That Shank Rock's been covering. Catch up with Shank Rock with that. That's a very interesting and sad story. Praying for that family and that baby that lost her life. Praying for Frezja Baker's family. Praying to y'all, man. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this, okay? Thank you, Rose. We're gonna get through this, okay? We're gonna try to get everybody through this. And even if we leave the lives and we're still feeling a little uneasy, you know what I'm saying? We're going to come back and we're going to retry until we feeling at ease. Don't forget to get your shoe boxes, okay? Don't forget to get your paper. It could be a sticky note paper. Get your pens, get your crayons, get your paint, get your color pencils, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Get your pen and paper out. We are going to do this. We are going to do this. We are going to use some of Linda Healing's lives and try to leave with meditation and motivation. Okay? I'm sick of being down and out in Beverly Hills, even though I ain't in Beverly Hills, but baby, I feel like I'm down and out in Beverly Hills sometimes. Okay? And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. Okay? I love you guys. I missed you guys so much. Y'all go enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. I will see y'all back tomorrow with our news clips. And then y'all know I'm going to come back tomorrow with my baddie reactions on the backup channel and stuff. I'm not drinking this weekend. I ain't messing with y'all this weekend, honey, with that music, baby. My birthday's next week, so I want to save a little bit of, for the turn up and the celebration of another year of God's will, you know what I'm saying? But I love you guys so much. We got so much to do in 2026 to make everything a little better for us, a little more comfortable. I'm not saying this our life is not gonna be life in and bills ain't gonna be billing and all of that. Not saying that, you know what I'm saying? But let's make it a little more comfortable. You know, that sounds good. That would help a lot. Okay, blessed and highly favored. And again, praying for each and every one of y'all. Go enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. Catch up with this video and check out this is very interesting, man. Praying for the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. It's been so many deaths. So many deaths. I mean, every second. And stuff, and I want to start touching on more of those, getting more involved with Shank and Mr. John and stuff and their activism and stuff. That's what I really want to work on for my 2026. More activism, being more active in the community to see what I can do to help do my part. Because doing my part helps her, but being out there, really being on the forefront of seeing the people with the homelessness, talking to them and having a conversation. Those are human beings like we are too. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people just want to be heard. That's it. Not judged, but heard. And that's what I want to do more of. I love you guys so much. And thank you guys for supporting me, okay? Better days are coming. Better days are coming. And we do have to work on patience. I'm guilty. Work on patience with me. And I work on my patience with y'all. And I think everything is going to work out for the best for us over here in 2026, okay? I love you guys. Go enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. It is cold out there. Stay warm. Stay safe. And if you don't have to go out, do not go out. You know what I'm saying?
Miss Parker, the YouTube star, lighting up the screen, you know who you are, bringing news you can use and a laugh or two. She's got the facts, the fun, and the realest view, with a voice so smooth and a smile so bright. She's shining like a beacon in the darkest night. Deep dives on the stories that really matter. She's breaking it down, cutting through the chatter. Pop and stay a while, you'll feel right at home. She's got a little something for everyone, with a heart so big and an attitude strong. Miss Parker's where you know you belong. She's an advocate, a friend, a voice for the unheard, asking all the questions, never missing a word, or a second to none. She's blazing like the sun. Miss Parker, the only one. She's got the news to amuse and the truth to reveal, digging for the answers, keeping it real. For those who need a champion, she's standing tall, fighting for justice, she's giving her all. With every upload, she's making a change, bringing people together, no matter the range. So hit that subscribe, don't miss a beat. Miss Parker's got the content that can't be beat. Questions we all have, she's not afraid to ask. Uncovering the story, she's up to the task. With a laugh, a wink, and a spirit so true. Miss Parker's got the magic and she's sharing it with you. Pop and stay a while, you'll He's an advocate, a friend, a voice for the unheard.